probably Yost and Ruben Phelps. Sorry, Joseph Madigan hasn't set a time, and actually nor has Ruben Phelps for that matter. But we're hopefully going to be able to see these guys get on track shortly. Even though I think Joseph Madigan and Ruben Phelps have only just joined the session, pretty much just in time now. So, Dennis, what are you looking forward to in this race?
I'm looking forward to seeing how the the drafting goes here. Like I said earlier, you got a lot of two wide here throughout the race. But where these guys decide to get the runs at. Do they fall back a little bit here and just feel out how the race goes on, or are they just going to go after it from the get go? It's definitely going to be interesting to see the strategy that these guys play. These trucks, they only got 60% fuel. So pit strategy is also going to be a big factor here, and you definitely don't want to be the loner coming down pit road here.
Absolutely, yeah. That pack pitting is definitely going to be one of those important parts of this race, because if you get left out on your own, at that point you're going to lose the job, and you're going to lose about 10 miles an hour down the straight. I think I worked it out. So, yep, that is a super important factor. Another thing that I think would also be super important is working with each other, because we've seen it in other races, for that matter, even in real life. When people stop working together, that's when they start losing time, and they might get disconnected from the front pack. At that point, their race might pretty much be over, if not hoping for a caution or a big wreck at the front. Speaking of wrecks, always we got the big one. This is bound to come up at some point. The question is not when, but how many times will it happen? Hopefully not that many, because these drivers are hopefully going to be able to be sensible and realize that it is still a 90-lap race and you don't win it in turn one, lap one.
Exactly, and we're going to find out here pretty quick, probably within the first 15-20 laps, who's working with who, and who's going to be your buddy there for the majority of the race, because we all know the last lap, all bets are off. Everyone's going to go for that win.
Yeah, of course. I know Joseph Madigan and Ryan Honeycutt are probably going to work together, given these two have been doing so in the Cup Series, and as well, I've known those two for quite a long time, and they are pretty good mates. So that should be one duo to expect going forwards. I mean, apart from that, Dennis, do you think of anyone else who might be prone to working together?
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Jordan Kuntz out there. He hooks up with one of these people that are not in the Cup Series. He's a really good driver, really good racer out there on the track. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's already recruited a couple people to work with here. He's still on pit road, probably getting ready for the race here, as they're under a minute before qualifying.
Yep, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Of course, he is currently at the top of this table, so that will probably have been a draft-assisted laps. That isn't representative of what their qualifying pace will be. But, hopefully we will see some decent competitive times going up in qualifying. Of course, you don't want to be hitting that yellow line on the inside, so if someone does clip it, and they will be losing, I would reckon maybe a tenth, maybe two around the whole lap. Even if they keep hitting it, to that point, they're going to lose even more time. So that, that consistency in the steering wheel, is going to be super important throughout this qualifying lap, and maybe even a little bit of arcing from some of these drivers. I know some drivers tend to do different things. I know Joseph Madigan tends to take after the style of one Hayden Lull, who's not actually in this series, but tends to like to arc into the corner a bit. So I know Joseph tries to copy that a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Honeycutt follows him in that sense as well. So yeah, this should be an interesting one.
Yes, it is.
Wrapping up. Yeah, practice is just wrapping up now. And we're going to be moving over into the next session in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The question now is going to be, who is going to be the first driver out in qualifying?
It looks like there's no takers. Yeah, no one right now. Well, wait, here we go. We got a couple going out right now. Looks like we got Brendan Jinks out there. And, there's seems to be a few drivers out there. There's a few drivers out there.
Yeah, so if we focus here on Brendan Jenks, you're going to be able to see what he's going to do on his first lap right now. He's coming onto the outlap, coming out of pit lane. You got to make sure you don't move onto the track until that blue cone on the inside. You can see he's wiggling almost a little bit, maybe trying to get some front tire agility. I don't know what he's really doing. Weaving in iRacing doesn't really do much, and it's not really going to be that important here at Daytona to have massive amounts of tire temp. what you want to be doing is on your first lap here at Daytona, you want to run the top, get as much speed as you possibly can heading down towards the tri-oval, and then on your second lap, that's when you go right the way down to the bottom of the racetrack and you try and get every single ounce of speed you can out of that truck.
Yeah, and the closer you run to that wall in your first lap, the faster you're going to be on that second lap if you get down on that yellow line. You don't want to move from that yellow line. That is your best friend on lap number 2.
Yeah, and of course now with iRacing's new wall physics that they added at the beginning of the current season, it will be just that much easier for these drivers to get closer and closer to the wall and be able to get more and more speed coming off of turn 4 and again heading down towards the tri-oval.
Yeah, and that plays a different factor in it too, because you nick that wall one time. Not only doesn't kill your speed, but it also does not count your lap. And also on a track like this, any sort of damage that you have to your vehicle, whether it be a cup car, truck car that we're here in tonight, you lose 10 to 20 tenths of a second a lap, depending on the damage.
Yeah, it could be quite a lot of time you can be losing because obviously this is such a aero-dependent track. You gotta have that car as aerodynamic as possible, given the fact that these things have the aerodynamic properties of a brick already. You don't want to have aerodynamic properties of an uneven brick. You can see Brendan Jenks now keeping it nice and low to that inside line. Moving up a little bit out of turn 1, that can be alright, trying to keep that speed up. On the entry, though, of turn 1, it looked like he was a little bit high. So we're going to have to see what he's going to be able to do into turn 3 now. Looking to go into it, and there he goes. About a foot and a half off the bottom line. That can be alright. You're going to lose a little bit of time down there. Moving up the racetrack even more now, though. Yeah, he struggled to keep it right down by that yellow line. He's going to now probably bring it down underneath the tri-oval and get as little run to the line as possible. And there you go. That was a time of 52.4. Puts him on current pole position right ahead of Audi Ford and Matthew Goodell. Audi Ford actually just nips him to it by 0.02 of a second, actually just under. Gap to Matthew Goodell from pole currently is just over half a tenth.
Yeah, get back here to Matthew Goodell. Out here, he's on his second lap right now, currently third. We'll see what he does here on his second lap here, as his fastest lap is only a 52.4. See here if he can knock it down in the low 51s.
No, 52.5. He kept really high, actually, out of turn 4. That's going to have absolutely ruined his run.
Yeah.
Out of the corner, Ryan Honeycutt cutting underneath him there in the standings with a 52.459. Still ahead of Joseph Madigan, who's finished his qualifying and only managed a 52.509. Joseph Madigan pretty disappointed with that performance in his Mad Dog Designs car, sponsored by TMG.
Yeah, out here watching Ruben right now qualifying on his second lap. His first lap was a 52.8. We'll see here if he can manage to crack the top 5 here. If not, get out there for the pole. Really low line there. Coming on the exit just up a little bit, probably a little bit too high, more than we wanted, but we'll see here what he comes at the start-finish line.
Yeah, Ruben, your only non-American driver for this evening, coming to us from Australia.
And it was good enough for the pole, 52.293.
Hey, well, apparently we can't knock his style until we try it.
No.
Bobby Anderson slides into second with a 52.319. Decent performance from him. Chase St. Clair goes ahead of Audi Ford as well with a 52.390. That moves Ryan Honeycutt, who was in second, actually, at one point, now down to 6th. And Audi Ford is currently in 4th. Drivers currently not setting a lap have been Jordan Kuntz, Robert Yost, Todd Kirkwood, Jim Yanner, and Tevin Whitner. I don't believe Todd Kirkwood is currently in session. He's not, so Todd Kirkwood will be your first retiree from this race. As now, the drivers are looking to line up on the grid. Ruben Phelps, your pole sitter, from Bobby Anderson, Chase St. Clair, Audi Ford, Brendan Jenks, Ryan Honeycutt, Matthew Goodell, Joseph Madigan, Bryce Shoemaker, Brady Shue, Jordan Kuntz, Robert Yost, Kim Yanner, and Tevin Whitner, rounding off your grid for this evening. So, Dennis, It's going to be super interesting to see what's going to be able to happen here at the beginning of this race. These front two, separated by just over 0.2 of a second. Hopefully these two are going to be able to work together, or maybe Chase St. Clair will be able to push Ruben Phelps. What do you think this start's going to look like?
It's gonna be interesting. I think the first couple laps here, it's gonna be more of a filling out thing for these drivers here, seeing what these trucks are gonna do, what these drivers are gonna do. More importantly, and then as the race goes on, expect a lot of two, 3 wide racing, and a lot of strategy. I know there's going to be a lot of communication between the guys as far as when they're coming down pit road, trying to get as big as a group as possible to come down pit road. The bigger group you have, the better off you're going to be on the exit, because ultimately you're going to have 2 or 3 groups coming down pit road. So if you can get in that bigger group, more likely you're going to be better off there after everybody cycles through their pit stops. So definitely looking forward to see what these guys put on here for the eNascar Truck Series, the first official race for the league, a step down from the Cup Series. But it's really not a step down, because it's an opportunity for these guys that are looking for a step up to get into the Cup Series that we run on Friday night, to get up there and race with big dogs, as they would say it.
Yep. Of course, now we're seeing, I think someone just went off in the back. Someone destroyed that pit exit cone in the back. But, as we're saying, these fields, at this point, when they're all going to be coming down pit lane, what do you reckon they're going to be going for? Do you reckon it's going to be a 4-tire type race, or do you reckon they're going to maybe gamble it and try and go for those 2 tires?
It's going to be if pit stops are under green, it's going to be a 2-tire stop. I don't foresee anybody taking 4 tires unless it's a caution. But you never know. If somebody accidentally forgets to uncheck something, they could be the outsider, just looking for a buddy to help them get back up to the pack.
Yep. Of course, you never know. Maybe those mistakes do happen in these races, but hopefully we won't see too many of them. Once again, Ruben Phelps, your pole sitter in this race. We're coming through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to start 90 laps here at Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah, and the pace speed here, it seems like it takes forever.
It's a long track.
So hopefully we don't have too many of these here tonight. Hopefully this is just one of maybe 2. But yeah, these guys, they're definitely eager, ready to get this thing on the roll.
Yep, you can see. So Ruben Phelps, your pole sitter in this race. The pace car has gotten bored. Into the pit lane he goes, and we are green here at Daytona. Decent start for the pole sitter. Everyone looking clean so far. Ruben Phelps getting a big push from St. Clair behind him. On the outside, though, it seems as if Brendan Jenks is also pushing starting on the inside. Bobby Anderson, though, losing out massively on that start. It looks as if the inside is going to be the way to go. Chase St. Clair getting pushed past the leader here.
Yeah, him and Brendan Jenks there are hooked up. Maybe that's a sign we got to watch out for here. Maybe those two developed a partnership here early on.
Yep, hopefully we will see that. It's really competitive racing here at Daytona. Super close racing at the same time. Maybe some drivers will be trying to hang off the back, waiting for the big one, and then hopefully pounce on that opportunity once these drivers use their one fast repair in this race. We can see on the outside lane, the 18 car coming back at them now. Bobby Anderson looking to make moves up, sort of side by side right now with the 3 car of Jenkins. Sorry, Jenks. I don't know why I said Jenkins. There you go. So Chase St. Clair still in the front, 3 wide there at the back. Who's trying to make it 3 wide at the top?
Oh, buddy. Yeah, is that 38 of Matt Gerdell trying to drop back? I don't know if he was trying to drop back there, or if Honeycutt was just trying to. It looks like Honeycutt's just trying to push his way. He wants to get back up. He wants to get up there with his buddy Chase.
Yep. Chase St. Clair going to be super happy to have led that first lap in this race from 3rd place on the grid. You can see now pretty much single file running all the way through the field. except for right. Oh, there you go, single file, except right at the back there. I believe that is still the 38 car. Just trying to hang on to that outside lane, hoping someone's going to push him. Goodell there. And now you can see everyone's kind of spreading out a little bit, trying to make moves up this pack. But nothing really coming of it as of now. Finishing the second lap, Chase St. Clair still leading everybody. Single file now, no one's really trying to make a move.
Oh, Honeycutt jumped out there all by himself. He has no help. He is gonna, that sucker hole, as we call it, he's dropping back.
Yep, I think he might have hoped that someone like Madigan would have popped out as well, his teammate, and might have helped him out in this race. I think you could really do in that case, though. You can see he's going to absolutely fall right to the back of his pack. He does have some help, though. I believe that is the Napa car, yep, of Audi Ford helping him out on the top lane right now. But they're not hooking up very well. They don't seem to, know how to work together in this race.
No, and
everything to push the way back up.
I mean, even you only got two trucks out there right now, and you got everybody else on the bottom. So you're definitely going to need about four trucks up there if you're going to want to make any kind of run here on these guys up in the front.
Yeah, of course, this is a long race, this one, 225 miles. We have a long way of that to go, 87 laps here at Daytona to go. You can see Chase St. Clair still in the lead, but there they come on the top lane. Bobby Anderson, Ryan Honeycutt, and at the back, I want to say Audi Ford is still working with them very nicely, as well as Robert Yost in the 7 car, who just hopped up to the top lane as well. That is Bryce Shoemaker.
Yeah, these guys, they were quiet there for about a lap or two, and then they just they decided to take it too wide here now.
Yep, they decided that now is their time to pounce. They're going to go for the lead, which is honestly quite surprising. So I would have thought some of
them. Oh, somebody who just dropped down below the yellow line there. Who?
That is Ruben Phelps, the pole sitter in this race. I've looked to see what happened to him then. Wondering if he just got... No, he went down below the yellow line all by himself. And then released the throttle.
Yeah, he just... something about he didn't like what was going on up front here. And I can't say I blame him right now, because these guys taking it 3 wide. Just there for a little bit. But, yeah, they're getting a little antsy up here. And I don't blame him for, you know what, I'm going to fall back here for a little bit. Let the... see what plays out here, especially early on in the race.
Yeah, it's a long race here, only 8 minutes into this one. It's going to be still a long way to go. You can see, still, the outside line, it's trying something. It's not entirely sure whether it wants to be fully formed or not. But, Brendan Jenks and Chase St. Clair seem to be the ultimate duo right now at the front. Joseph Madigan's just sat behind Jenks, perfectly happy and content to sit there for a bit, just see what happens. Hopefully not trying to push the pusher, because we all know how that goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially, if you get just a little bit of a checkup, get that little bit of a bumper hook, especially up front, you're definitely creating a big one.
Yep, that's one thing these drivers are going to have to make sure they don't cause is that big one, because I'm not entirely sure any drivers are going to be very thankful for that. And maybe in the next round, someone might just accidentally hook their right rear and send them straight round. Oh, Madigan, below the yellow line.
Well, he's another driver. He's decided I'm just going to go ahead and drop back to the back here and fill everything out. So, man, Honeycutt, I've been on him. He's up here on the second lane all by himself, and he's staying with that 24 car of Brady Shue there on the inside of Honeycutt.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, though, this inside lane, apart from the top two, they aren't really formed up that well. You can see, if you have a look towards the rear of the pack, you can see, towards Chase St. Clair, back from Chase St. Clair, you can see the whole pack sort of wavering up and down the track, sort of that Constantina effect almost, where one driver moves a little bit, another driver moves, and everyone sort of starts to move everywhere. And, yeah, it just kind of goes crazy, but you can see the one car there of Audi Ford popping up to collect. I believe that is in fact Ryan Honeycutt behind him, which is going to give him the shove of a lifetime.
Yeah, it looks like we got another driver there to 17, it looks like.
Might have been, yes. Hold on, there is no 17 car.
No, there is no 17 car, but there's a 17 on the track, so...
There's a 7. Sorry, no, there's a 7 between about the 12.
The 12. Okay.
Yeah, Bryce Shoemaker.
Yeah, my eyeballs are playing tricks on me this evening, guys. It's a 17 on the truck. I had the 17 on the truck anyway. But it is the 12 of Bryce Shoemaker.
Yeah. The one car of Ford absolutely making a charge towards the front of the pack, maybe trying to hop in front of Chase St. Clair and abandon his long-term partner right now with Ryan Honeycutt. Well, long-term, speaking relatively here. You know, they've made a good charge up to the front, so you never know. Maybe Honeycutt might try and stick with him.
Ooh, Honeycutt was real close to that bumper there. I was getting a little itchy there, waiting for that bumper hook. But good job by these drivers here earlier on in the race. You know, clean racing, good side by side for everybody. Those pit stops, you know, we're on lap 10 now. Those pit stops will be coming up here in about, I'd say about 9 to 10 laps. These guys would be coming down pit road.
Yep. And we all know how that's going to end. Someone's probably going to lock up their rear tires and maybe spin it, because you know how difficult these cars are to slow down, or I should say these trucks are. These are big, heavy steel almost that these cars are made out of. And the brakes are about the size of my fist.
Yeah,
so
and
that's not very big.
No, it's not. Loose coming out of 4 there already. I think Honeycutt just got a little bit too bumper lovely there on him coming. Oh, there goes Honeycutt into. Oh man.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, that was a good old bumper hook right there. And unfortunately, let's go back here.
Yeah, I don't think he collected anybody else.
Let's go back here to the instant replay here and take a look at what happened. We'll go. Oh, let's see here. What would be a good camera view for that? Let's go far chase here.
Yeah, no, I got a good angle from this gearbox. There you go. You can see he kind of got shoved out by the driver behind him, Bryce Shoemaker. And
yep, that's what it was. Good old bumper hook.
Yep. And he got the hard right into the hard outside wall contact between the 12 and the 38. 38, you know, I'm not entirely sure how damaged he is, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is extremely damaged after that, because it looked like he might have hit the inside wall. Oh no, he did well to save it. I tell you what, he did really well to save that, because he got hit down by the 12th car and passed straight through the pace car, but managed to survive it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 38. He's got some pretty good right front damage there. So I'm sure he's going to be using his fast repair. Get that, especially that tire, that camber is shot. Get that fast repair, get that truck all good as new.
Yep, someone's spinning down the back straight. Not entirely sure who that is.
Let's see if we could find him.
That is the 3 car of Brendan Jenks. Not sure what he's doing.
He probably was doing a checkup.
24. Yeah, 24 went straight up his gearbox and around he went.
Oh.
Not great performance there for Shu, going straight up his behind.
Yeah.
Everyone pretty much has damage now. I'm trying to have a look. Who doesn't have damage? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know how our leader. He's got
Joseph
damage.
Madigan's. Yeah, Joseph Madigan's all right. Chase St. Clair's all right. Brendan Jenks. I mean, it's probably gonna have. Yeah, he's got quite a fair amount of rear end damage, and absolutely everyone's boxing now. Nope, the 1 car's staying out. 1 car seems to be fine. 24 is going in. 12's going in. 06 is in. I think everyone except the 1 car is in the pits.
Yeah.
The pits lost lap.
I don't know about that strategy of staying out. I mean, we're on lap 13, 60% fuel. Ah, man. Unless he anticipates something that we don't know. It's a bold strategy for sure by him. We'll see if it pays off.
Yep, he's decided he's going to take the plunge. Maybe he knows that nothing's really going to be able to come out of this, and he's just decided to do the full send. But you never know what can happen.
No, you never know. Still a long way to go. I mean, you know, like I said, we're only on lap 13 of 90. I'm taking a look here real quick at YouTube. Looks like we got 15 viewers right now and 6 likes. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's the first broadcast here, personally by me. So hopefully everything's sounding good over there for you guys to tune into. We're not, we're not doing too horribly. Hopefully everything's coming through, all crystal clear for you guys. If not, let us know in chat. Let us know what we need to fix here for you. If trucks need to be louder or if we need to be louder, just let us know. We'll be gladly to correct any issues that you guys might be experiencing over there on your side.
Yep, of course. This is our first experience broadcasting together for Dennis and myself. So if there's anything that you would like us to change as well, just feel free to drop it in chat. I'm keeping an eye on that, and we'll be sure to change that up as well. Apparently the 38 needs a black clear. And on that note, I just got a text saying that we sound very good and very professional. So apparently we're doing well, Dennis.
Well, I'll take that to the bank. Thank you very much for that comment. So that's not too shabby. That's a victory in my book. So thank you. Thank you for coming on board and doing the broadcast with me. Definitely wouldn't be able to be this good without you. So
thank you very much, Dennis. I like to impress where I can, mate.
All right, looks like they got the truck. I think the pace truck lights are off there.
They are.
Oh, they got the one to go here.
He's starting on pole position. Well, I shouldn't say pole position, but you know what? I'm going to say pole position anywhere because I am not American, so I don't do NASCAR.
Yeah, pole equals first, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he's in the number one truck, so you can't complain.
No, you can't complain. I mean, he picked the right number for his truck to be in the right position, so I mean, if you want to be number one, you got to drive the number one.
Yep, 65 car Chase St. Clair starting on his outside. Brennan Jenks in the 3 car starting in 3rd place. 81 car of Kim Yonner in 4th. Brady Shue and Robert Yost are rounding out your top 6. Tevin. I don't know why I keep saying David. Tevin Whitner and Bobby Anderson, as well as Ruben Phelps and Jordan Kuntz are rounding out your top 10. I think something might have happened to Madigan because Madigan is a ways back.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyways, here we go for the start.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd made a late pit stop or not, so we'll find out here if we get back up to the field.
On the short shoot now into the tri-oval. Pace car is done with the oval, so he's gone down pit lane, and green is out. Here we go. At Daytona, decent start for both drivers at the front. Audi Ford, though, getting a big push from behind. Going to try and pull himself ahead of Chase St. Clair. Who's that who's pushing him? That is Brendan Jenks.
Yeah, Brendan. Apparently he's just going to push whoever's in front of him. As long as he's in second, he's okay with pushing him.
Yep. It's like, as long as I'm in second, I'll push whoever I need to
push. Well, until the last lap, and then it's all bets are off.
Yeah, at that point, he might accidentally pull a Joey Logano.
Yeah, Bryce is falling way back. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, we'll get back up here to the front pack.
Either. You can see, I think it's Madigan there who's all the way at the back, though, because Madigan's at the back, and 38 car has a lot of front end damage.
Yeah, he must have not used his fast repair there. Probably saving it for another caution that he's anticipating happening. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, he's had it for a while now. He's in pit lane, so I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Anyway, back to the front. Audi Ford still leading. Brendan Jenks still pulling him. Robert Yost right behind him. Chase St. Clair still trying to make that outside line work, and it seems as if he is now, because he is pulling trucks up the outside of the racetrack, going like a stabbed rabbit.
Yeah,
look. Leaving behind.
Yeah, I noticed that out of the corner of my eye, the little wiggly there throughout that turn.
Kim Yonner absolutely clattered the right-hand side of Bobby Anderson. I am not entirely sure what that was about. That was irresponsible driving there.
Yeah, that almost looked like a case of I couldn't see in front of you and I misjudged the turn. I turned too hard and my rear end got out underneath me. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it could very possibly be that. This is a very interesting case though, because you can see some drivers still trying to make that outside line work. I'm trying to have a look who it is now. It is actually
Yeah,
Kim on there.
yeah, Kim just out there all by his lonesome.
Yep. You never know. Sometimes life is better alone, but oftentimes it's better with friends. So get down on the inside line, son.
Yeah, get down as soon as you can, get back up in that draft, and fight your way back up to the front here.
Yeah, you never know. If you have to, you can shuffle a couple of guys out, leave them out to dry. Maybe get on that voice chat and tell some drivers that you want their help, or tell them to hop out, and then you take their spot. It's a bunch of different tactics you can use to get back up to the front, but the main thing you want to do is get in that draft.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm taking a look here at the top 3 right now. They're, they look like they're just out here for a Sunday drive, driving down the interstate. Just happens to be at, 182 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, 182 miles an hour down the interstate. I've seen drivers go faster.
I have too, and usually it's really scary.
Yeah, you usually give them a finger on the way by as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Looks like that 59 car Honeycutt. He likes the outside by himself for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. If he's got a strategy or just trying to get people to come out with him, but he's out here in the back now.
Yeah, Audi Ford at the front seemed to invite Brendan Jenks to go up to the top of the racetrack, and then he moved back down, and then Brendan Jenks just kind of stayed up there with Chase St. Clair, and now there you go. The one car is falling back miles through the pack.
Yeah, it's
nothing you can do about it.
Out of nowhere, everybody just went up high, and the one car already is out there all by himself on the bottom. Oh, he's out of fuel, I think. I think he's out of fuel.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of that's really unfortunate for him there. You got to always be careful. I mean, we did say he was cutting it very tight on fuel. Maybe he hadn't realized we were only running 60% fuel in this race. I mean, he is accelerating down pit lane to 98 kilometers an hour. So I think he's all right.
Yeah, I think he just not one of them driver errors, not focusing on, everything that you got to. There's a lot of work these guys got to keep an eye on as far as, not only the trucks, the drivers around you, but also, your fuel, your how many laps you got to go, where those runs are going, and, there's just a lot going on for these guys.
Yeah, but now you got two really distinctive lines going. You got the 65 being pushed by the 7, being pushed by the 18, being pushed by the 9 on the outside. On the inside, you kind of got the 3-car Howard duo right now with the 3, the 24, and the 06. Everyone else is kind of just lingering in the back, waiting for something to happen. You never know, maybe that thing will happen. You can see the 9 car there. It seems to be the first car, Tevin Whitner, to just be sat behind.
Yeah,
interesting though. But there's a big gap then, Audi Ford as well. Bryce Shoemaker and Matthew Goodall are both laps down. No, it's a very interesting case, this, because it almost seems as if the drivers are waiting for the big one to happen,
and they don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, but then they don't want to lose the draft. The thing is, it's a balancing act in this race. How far back do you want to be where you won't get involved in the big one, but that you're not too far back to lose the draft and lose heaps of time in case there's not a big one?
Yeah.
So that's the balancing act that these drivers have to. They have to do this balancing act, because if not, at that point, they're going to fall off the back, or they're going to get involved in the big one. So you have to just weigh up your odds and figure out what's the biggest priority in this race. Is the front here? We go back single file.
Yeah, it's like they go too wide for a couple laps, and then they get back single file, then they'll go too wide, and then back to single file. It's like they're playing a cat and mouse game right now with us.
Yeah. So yeah, the 3 is now getting pushed by the 24 as well. Chase St. Clair is kind of having to settle quite a ways back, actually. He's moved to the outside lane now, trying to make that work. Now, maybe the 06 looks to be... Yep, the 06 is moving up as well, trying to get the push from the 65. The 65
he ducked him. He ducked him. Oh, man. And Ruben is going to remember that here later on in the race. That's one thing, these drivers, they remember who helped you and who didn't help you. So that might cost Chase here later on in the race. It might not. We'll find out. I'm just really shocked to see the gaps in between each of these cars. They're not really up on each other. They're giving them 2-3 car lengths in between each truck. I'm really surprised by that.
Surprises me as well. 38 is very slow on the top side, though. Still slow. I'm really wondering what is going on with Matthew Goodall in this race.
I see him. He's showing 2 laps down right now. He was the truck that had the black flag. That's what happened to him. So he had to come down pit road, serve his black flag, got a lap down, probably lost the draft after the first lap he lost, and just now got 2 laps down. Unfortunate for him, but hopefully, it's not over till it's over. He still has a chance to get back into it.
Yeah, if there is a big one, of course, he will most likely get his laps back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they will get a. He is actually right now it's Bryce Shoemaker, candidate for the lucky dog. But if he was the first car lap down, he would be the candidate to be a lucky dog and get one of his laps back.
Yep. I'll say though, right now the 24 and the 3 are working very, very well together. The 65 of Chase St. Clair almost seems as if he's just backing off almost.
Yeah, I think he's backing off in the turns to see how good of a run he can get on the straightaway. Seeing if for later on in the race to see if it's something that he can use to his advantage, or if he's got to figure something else out for the end of the race. That's usually what the first part of the race is for, is figuring out your strategy for the end of the race, where those runs are at, when, who do you work good with, things like that. So we'll see if that comes to fruition here at the end of the race. But yeah, right now it's just a lot of, like I said earlier, just, interstate driving at 180 miles an hour. Yeah, get back here to Ryan Honeycutt again, currently running in 8th spot, started in 6th. That Toyota Camry, not Toyota Camry, Tundra. Tundra.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, but I fully agree with you with your analogy. What will be happening there with the 65, because obviously this is as well the first race of this series. So all these drivers are going to be edging each other. Are going to be eking each other out because not all these drivers know each other. As you said, not all of them compete in the Cup Series, and of course these trucks drive completely differently than the Cup cars. So one driver who could be extremely fast in the Cup cars might not be quite as fast in the trucks, and vice versa. And you can see 24 pushing the 51 of Madigan right the way up the racetrack. 51 in himself being pushed by his teammate there in the number 59 of Ryan Honeycutt. As you can see, we're coming up to even more lap traffic in the form of Bryce Shoemaker.
Yeah, now you're seeing the top 5 here. They're really up on each other right now.
Joseph Madigan's ditched Ryan Honeycutt.
Down
to the bottom. That could be I thought that was about to be a really dangerous situation there. The 12 didn't look like he was going to go all the way to the top of the racetrack. Now, Ryan Honeycutt has been left absolutely out to dry. He's only going to be able to get pushed here by Tevin Whitner, who he in himself barely has any help. So this is, Joseph Madigan. Actually, it's looking as if he's about to get hooked by the 3 car, but nope, the 24 moves up the racetrack. And now Joseph Madigan in himself is going to get swallowed straight back up.
Yeah, and everybody won high again. It's like they're playing tricks on everybody. Usually you want to be on the low side, not on the high side, but man, they're using every inch of the track here this evening, and definitely put on a great race here earlier on.
Yeah, definitely, as you say, really good show right now. But you can see, I believe that is the 06 car leading the top lane. Yes, it is, of Ruben Phelps, your pole sitter in this race.
Yeah, he wants to get back up front. He said, I had enough riding back here. I'm coming back. He's got 59, a Honeycutt right behind him. And the 9.
So he was trying to move down. Not entirely sure, though. He looks as if he was going for it, was waiting for the all clear from his spotter, but never got it in this race.
Yeah, it's tricky here.
He's going to get it, getting pushed by Honeycutt. Yeah. Honeycutt getting him the bump. Getting him the bump again heading into turn 3, but no, the 3 car has momentum heading into the corner now. Of course, it's that shorter distance to run on the inside, but then the 06 car is going to have the momentum on the run out of the corner. And heading down now towards the tri-oval. He has a very big run with the push as well from Ryan Honeycutt in that 59 car. Will the 06 drop down? No, he's not.
No, not quite clear yet. Not quite clear yet. And now there he goes. I was gonna say now he's clear, and he's got some damage there on the rear end of him. So I'm kind of impressed that he brought that truck all the way up to back up to the lead here, with only him and Honeycutt on the outside. That's pretty impressive by these guys.
Yeah, most certainly is, but you can see it now. We have that 3 car pushing Ruben Phelps, who in himself has kind of dropped ahead a little bit of the 24. There's a bit of a separation now, but Ryan Honeycutt once again has been left out to dry. These drivers need to stop bullying Ryan Honeycutt, man. They keep using him and then ditching him.
Yeah, it's one of them. You're good enough to get me there, but after that, I don't need you no more. That's kind of unfortunate for him. Hopefully, he'll be able to repay these guys here later on in the race if they're pushing him. But, right now it just, he's the lonely guy on the outside. Well, no, not no more. He was the lonely guy on the outside. Now he's got 3 trucks in front of him. And they're all going to get around Ruben here as long as they stay on the outside. Nope, they all dive back down and leave Honeycutt on the outside again.
Man, someone's gonna have to start a GoFundMe or some like government thing, like the hashtag
Stop hanging Honeycutt. Something.
I don't think we can say that.
Oh no, you can't say that.
We can't say that.
No, don't leave Honeycutt out to dry.
There you go. That's a better one.
That's a better one.
I believe that was the 6th. Who was that who just came down pit lane? That was Terry Whitner. Tevin Whitner. I don't know. I keep messing up his name. I feel really bad now for the.
Yeah, I've never seen a name like that before. So I definitely understand why you would screw that up. Because I definitely would too.
Yeah, Bobby Anderson and Robert Yost as well. Also, Bucks Brendan Jenks is catching up to them now. Where's he going to go? On the top. He's going to go right up to the top of the racetrack. And oh, wow, that 18 almost wrecked himself.
Ooh, boy, they're getting real close to the apron there as these guys are getting around him. And here they come. Oh, big.
Coming down pit lane, 24 went straight into the back of the 3.
Oh.
Now, what's the chaos going to be like? 51 got an absolute move on. They're 3 wide in the back. There you go. The 51 and the 24 are 3 wide. And now the question is, are they going to be coming in for 2 or 4 Goodyear tires in this race?
Oh,
was your leader. Oh.
I would be taking 2.
Ryan Honeycutt, I think he only took insides. No, Brendan Jenks is taking all 4.
Wow, that is surprising. I'm surprised by that.
That surprises me as well. 9 car comes out in 2nd, 99 in 3rd. Brendan Jenks comes out 4th. Chase St. Clair 5th. Joseph Madigan 6th. Brady Shue 7th. Kim Yonner 7th or 8th. I think I forgot to count. Nope, we're good. Yeah, so it will be, in fact, Ruben Phelps, net P1 in this race. Actually is P1 in this race. That is super interesting.
Yeah.
So because, why now did Brendan Jenks take all 4? That's the question.
Well, the only thing I could think of is for the exit of pit road, because it does, if you only take two tires, you are very loose on the exit. Coming out of pit road, just trying to get back up to speed on the apron. So that's the only thing I can think of why he would take 4 tires. But it's something that we possibly might have to ask him here post-race if he manages to get a top 3 victory here tonight.
We most certainly will, but right now your top 3 are looking like the 06 of Phelps, the 59 of Honeycutt, and the 99 of Kuntz. In this race, have a big gap, in fact, 2 seconds to the nearest car behind in Brendan Jenks. So the question is, will this top 3 be able to work together and keep that gap going? We'll see the update on the gap as we get to the line now, but the 99 is falling back a little bit on this pack. That is very, very interesting here in this race. I think all the drivers behind this top three took all 4 Goodyear tires, and the ones at the front only took 2. Gap after the last
Yeah,
lap
and it
was
looks like
3.9 seconds now.
and it looks
So
like Brendan's got some major issues going on. He's falling back. He's lost the second pack.
Yeah, no, the group involving Chase St. Clair and Joseph Madigan lost a second and a half that lap.
You got the 24 here, Brady Shue. He looks like he's got a clean truck here. So if he can get around Brendan here, he should be able to catch the second pack here of St. Clair and Joseph and try to run down the 06 of Ruben Phelps and the 59 of Ryan Honeycutt and Jordan Kuntz.
Yeah, we're going to see here what the gap of the line is. Gap last lap at the line was 3.923 seconds. Gap this lap is going to be, drumroll please, 4.5 seconds. Brian Honeycutt hopping out of the slipstream though. I'm thinking he's going to have to cool down the front of that Toyota Tundra.
Yeah,
it's interesting because Ryan Honeycutt was pushing Ruben Phelps even further away at the front, but I think Jordan Kuntz now is going to take his turn pushing, and whilst Honeycutt cools down his engine.
Yeah, that's something you got to watch, especially if you're pushing really hard. You ain't getting no air into the radiator there to help cool that engine. That's the last thing you want to do, especially running in second, is blowing an engine over something that you could have prevented.
Yeah, definitely fully in agreement with you there. Gap at the end of the last lap is 4.577 seconds. Gap this lap is 4.44. So it did come down by a tenth and a half. The question is, was that because of the switch between the 99 and the 59?
I think that was because of the switch.
Yeah.
Because you
do. Though, is that now at the same time, sorry to interrupt, the group of the 3 and the 24 are now trying to link up with St. Clair and Madigan. So, it might become a 4v3 in this race, which means the pack of 4, same in bike racing, would have the advantage.
Yes, four trucks are a lot faster than 2, and we'll see here probably within a couple laps exactly what difference these 4 trucks, if they can get locked up.
Yeah, the gap came down again at the front, came down by about another half a tenth.
And
I reckon these, all 4 of those trucks have locked bumpers at this point, so they're going to be pushing like crazy, trying to catch this front pack. But I think, the 59 seems to be a better pusher than the 99 in this race. The question is now, by how much?
Yeah, we'll find out. Because right now it's just a lot of I think Jordan is getting the air more. As we see, he just jumped on the outside of Ruben here. He's going for the lead, and Honeycutt's coming with him. And all that's going to do is let that second group come right back up to him too.
Or maybe the 06 just said that he didn't feel confident getting pushed, so now the 59 is going to push the 99. Or maybe there's an issue with that 06 truck because he's dropped back by quite a bit. I mean, the gap at the front came down about 0.8 of a second on that last lap.
Yeah,
so that is extremely concerning.
Yeah, and they're still gaining on him. Because now it's down to almost 2.5 seconds now between that first group and the second group.
Yeah, so if you ask me, there's absolutely no chance this front pack is going to be able to stay ahead of this second pack. But the gap then to the third pack of Anderson, Yost, and Yonner is growing. Yeah, 2.8 seconds now. The gap between Kuntz and St. Clair. You can see the 9 car of Whitner hopping out of the way, maybe going to come in lock bumpers with the 06 car. But I think there might be an issue with the 06 car.
Yeah, I don't know if that rear damage is finally biting Ruben. That's what it's looking like, what's happening. It's very hard to tell because I thought the same thing with Brendan, and now all of a sudden he's all right. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's as well as you say, that rear end damage might be coming into to bite him a bit, but that rear end, it doesn't look that bad. So I would say it's maybe only losing him a K, maybe two, by himself. But in the draft, that's not going to do much. The gap now between the leader and fourth place is 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. It's gonna about to be about a 9. And man, they're going on the outside now. And Honeycutt's on the outside. They're going to take it 3 wide here, going into 3. Oh, buddy. Woo!
Oh, wow, 59 there, absolutely dropping back.
Yeah, yeah, he was feeling good there for a minute, and then all of a sudden he just he got left in the dust.
Yeah, he had to cool down his engine a little bit because he was pushing the 99 like crazy, trying to keep that gap at the front. But right now, it seems that the 51 is doing all the pushing at the back of St. Clair.
Yeah, these guys, ooh, man, there was a little bit of a love tap there. In the turn, you really got to watch doing that. But yeah, now we got single file again. Pretty decent sized group here now. Jordan, he dropped back here to 5th now. So we'll see if he's just, waiting his time. I'm sure he enjoyed, leading when he had the 2 laps to lead, but I'm sure he's looking for that final lap to lead, because that's the most important lap.
Yeah, of course. We do have 48 laps left in this race. I think I'm right in saying that, 48? Yeah,
38. No, 37. No.
No.
My math's off too. I don't try to make me do math. 47. 47.
I'm a physics student, for heaven's sakes. How can I not?
Yeah, 47 laps to go. Lap 43 of 90.
At the end of this lap, there will be 47 laps to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we nailed it, boys. We got there.
We got it. Yeah. Don't mind us. We're still new at it. We're learning everything, especially math.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's why I haven't graduated high school.
And that's why I build cabinets. So just to give you guys an idea. Well, wait, there's math involved with that. So sorry, guys. Anyways, getting back at it. Not a whole lot going on the track right now. A lot of single file. The guys just, I think they're really waiting for the end of the race here to see who's going to make that move. Who's going to be their partner.
Yeah, I have a feeling definitely the 59 and the 51 car might try and link up at some point in this race if that 59 car can figure out what is going on with him, because he seems to be the most inconsistent truck out there tonight.
Yeah, I have to talk with him after the race and see what was going on there in the race chat. That'd be interesting to hear.
I'm curious about that. Because if I turn on my iRacing chat, I might be able to see what's happening and get us some insight here.
Yeah, I would be able to too, and then everybody else in the broadcast would too, but that's probably not going to be a wise decision considering that we want to try to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, at least. Maybe TV-14 if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone has to remember, though, it's the same concept as what happened in F1 a couple years ago. These drivers, they put a mic next to their mouths. It's like giving it next to a football player. Not everything that's going to come out of their mouth is necessarily a nice thing. So that's why, obviously, that's why, unlike real-life motorsports, we tend to not broadcast live driver speeches, even though, in theory, we could.
In theory, we could, but yeah, we try not to just for the fact that it's probably going to be bad.
Yeah, and Ryan Honeycutt just gave a message out just then, and he said, I think he might be listening to the broadcast at the same time and heard that I was doing this, but he said that right now he's just trying to ride and wait for his opportunity. So I'm guessing that does explain why he's just sitting in the back of the pack, but still, with 44 laps to go at the end of this lap, you might want to get a move on.
Yeah, you might want to start planning your move soon, just because you really don't want to be in the, well, he's not doing too bad. I mean, he is blinking a couple times, not too horribly, but, running back here in 7th, I don't know if that's the place I would want to be when it comes down to 10 to go. I would like to be where Brendan's at, because that's the catbird seat.
One car moving up. I think he might be trying to. I think he might be trying to swing the 9 car.
Oh, I think they're playing a little cat and mouse game. They might be.
Oh, nope. He just said over the radio that he was trying to cool it off, but it didn't seem to want to cool down. So he just decided he was just going to chill back there with his teammates and hopefully try and get some air into the front of that car.
Ah, alrighty. See, now we got an in-race reporter, too. I like this.
I'm a master of all trades. So.
Hey, you could be a master of the in-race reporter and broadcasting, and I'll try to be the master of trying to keep up on these drivers.
That can work. Yeah. But certainly the most interesting thing that's going to be happening throughout this race, though, is definitely going to be what the 59 thinks he's going to be able to do in moving up in this pack. You can see the 9 car going below the yellow line. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. They're just trying to sit in the back, not interfering with the race, but just kind of sticking along for the ride, saying hello to the friends as they pass by.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like it's back to the beginning of the race. A lot of just driving around, waiting for that next round of pit stops that are going to be happening here very soon, and then seeing where everybody lays out. I don't think you're going to be seeing anybody take 4 tires after what happened last pit stop. Hopefully everybody remembers to uncheck their left sides.
Yeah, hopefully, because we saw just how much of an advantage that can give in the long run.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, these guys, they've for the first race of the truck series here, really not knowing some of the drivers here, they've really done a really good job here tonight of racing clean. A lot of green flag racing here early on. I mean, we're coming up to 40 to go here. Really, ooh, a little loose there coming out of 4. Good save though, but yeah, these guys are putting on a good show for everybody out there tuning in. Still at 15 viewers right now, still at 6 likes. Can we up that a little bit, guys? Maybe 10 likes here this evening. We get that number up there, that'd be awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching the eNascar Truck Series here, Season 1, here at Daytona, 90 laps, and we're just over the halfway mark.
Also, I think it's very important to say right about now, if any company wishes to sponsor us.
Oh, yes, definitely. Any sponsors out there that are looking for league to sponsor or would like to get pit road, here we go. Everyone's coming down. But yeah, anybody out there that wants to, potentially sponsor the eNascar Truck Series, please reach out to myself or the league page, eNascar Cup Series on Facebook. We'll be more than willing to get in contact with you and discuss a partnership.
I also love it. It seems to be a rolling theme with me. Whenever we start talking about sponsorship, something always happens on track.
I know. Seems like when you talk about anything else that's not race related, something happens.
Oh yeah. And yeah, you can see as they come out of the pits, it's much more spread out again. But so for instance, I don't think that Ruben Phelps only took right sides, but he came out quite a ways behind.
That tells me these guys only took fuel. Yeah. They took fuel only and got right back at it. Which isn't not a bad strategy, but if you're only 2 drivers that did it, that could be a bad strategy.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I just saw chat. Hi, Val. So, good evening. But yeah, back to racing. So, this is definitely an interesting turn of strategy because you can see. So, Jordan Kuntz is now in 4th. He was in 7th. So,
Yeah,
The
and
question is, because now Chase Sinclair, Brendan Jenks are now the front of the power duo there, and Ryan Honeycutt is just somehow in third. I don't know where he came from.
yeah, he was like hanging back in seventh. Now he's in third. I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing. If they're playing tricks with us, it's fun, interesting, and entertaining all at the same time.
Yeah, it most certainly is.
And now we see
now what is happening at the front? Okay.
Now we see Honeycutt and St. Clair and Jenks went up to the top, and Honeycutt and Kuntz stayed on the bottom. So in Honeycutt, he's coming to the front. He's going to be his first lap finally. I'm sure he's been trying to get. He's been trying all night, and now he's finally got that first lap led. But you know, he wants to lead that last lap just like Jordan Kuntz. So.
Yep. You can see here we have. Oh goodness. 37 laps to go at the end of this lap. Now it's 37, Dennis.
Yeah, now we're at 37. See, eventually we're to get there. Eventually.
Yeah, exactly. you just told us the right number, but in 10 laps.
Yeah, in 10 laps time. I was in the future.
Exactly. Yeah, but Ryan Honeycutt, he's now coming up on the lap traffic, and Bobby Anderson, Matthew Goodall, and Robert Yost sitting in 9th, 8th, and 14th, respectively. Where the 14th came from. But yeah, okay, so 14th because the drivers who are 2 laps down currently are Bryce Shoemaker, Matthew Goodall, and Kim Yarner. Is actually 3 laps down in this race.
Oh, so Kim's not in the race. He's on.
Kim's out?
Kim's out.
Kim said sayonara, thank you, danke, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and
I think he just pulled into the pits, missed his box twice, and
there we go.
Yep, and just cooled it.
Had a little hiccup there with my TV. I don't know what happened there, but we got it back, so we're all good.
Yep, Ryan said something about the lap cars going up high, so the lap cars seem to be listening to him. That's good in this race. So he's still leading the race. Doesn't seem to be getting pushed too hard from the 99 behind him.
No, and yet there's still a pretty good gap between. Well, here comes the 6. As I was saying, there was a gap. Here they come. Now we got a 3 truck, and they got a pretty good run coming out of 2 there. Looked like 65 of Chase checked up, not to get in the back of Jordan.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So Ford just said that he has not that many laps of fuel left. I didn't catch the exact number, but I think it's because Ford and Madigan might be working together. Nope. Okay. Yep. Nope. I think I'm confused about what's happening because Madigan did just lap Ford, so I'm quite confused. I think Madigan has kind of is falling off of the back of the, and 65's loose, and 65's wrecking all by himself. Saves it.
Whoo! Good. Oh, good save.
Almost hit the 50.
Now we'll go back here and take a look exactly what happened.
Yeah. I'm trying to look. Yeah, okay, the 59 put a block. Sinclair had to check up and just got hit by the 3 car. And then managed to save it. It wasn't save it, but came back onto the over quite an acute angle, which meant that everyone had to go running. Made a little slight contact with the 51-38. But all's well, ends well. And you know what? Sinclair seemed to be the only loser out of all of that. But Honeycutt really desperate with his block.
Yeah.
Better this time though, not putting a block on the 3 car of Jenks, who's getting pushed now by the 24, because the 99 isn't really pushing the 59 that hard.
No, Jordan's just, he's probably sipping some tea right now or reading a newspaper, just out there behind Honeycutt, just cruising around in his truck. And
there you go, 24 and the 3 car moved down in front of the 59. Here's this on the apron. This appears to be the 12 car of Bryce Shoemaker, just getting on the oval, getting nicely out of the way. Well done him on that one. Good call. You can see, Jenks getting very loose there by the 24 Brady shoe. That was a tense moment.
Yeah, it was. These guys, they're starting to get a little bit more antsy in their racing and their pushing, because they're coming up to 30 to 30 to go here in about 2 laps.
Yeah, and at that point, you know, in the last start of the race is where most of the incidents are probably going to happen. So at that point, you just kind of got to be careful, keep your wits about you, and then make sure at the last lap you're still there to absolutely send it towards the line and hopefully get a pretty sensational finish.
Yeah, and I'm jump back here to 5th. Joseph Madigan, he's really lost the draft. He's the, as I would say, the guy out there on the island where you don't want to be, all by yourself. Hopefully these guys behind him get back up to him, push him back up here and get back up to the front pack here.
Yep, except unlike in that famous question, which everyone seems to ask absolutely everyone, Joseph Madigan did not get to choose 3 friends to bring with him. He just had to sit there alone.
Yes. But
it's alright. We've all been there.
Yeah, we've been there, and he's hopefully he'll have 3 buddies that pick him up. Looks like he's got some people now, so. But it looks like he's got some heavy front end damage. I just noticed that.
Yeah, I think that was from when Sinclair came back on the track at a pretty acute angle there. You know, as much as I can agree, Sinclair kind of wanted to get back on the track as soon as possible. There was a much better way of doing that. He could have locked it down, slowed it down a little bit more, and not risk causing a big accident by coming onto it at almost a about a 6-degree angle.
Yeah, and you know that's just part of racing in a truck. You might not be accustomed to it so much, and racing at super speedway like Daytona. You really don't come here that often, so it's,
I mean, as we're getting towards the end of this race now, obviously we are going to start seeing a lot more sort of daring moves, a lot more drivers trying to go for the lead. Obviously, with that pit window coming out about every, I would reckon, 18 laps in this race, it's certainly going to be interesting.
Yeah, and that next pit stop. That ain't going to be the last pit stop. These guys are going to have to make one more pit stop after that. So it's going to be interesting on when they come down because we're just under the 30 mark. When do you split it in half, or you just run this all the way out and come down pit road?
I was actually spot on with my predictions. It is actually exactly 18 laps did the loss, fuel stint loss, which means if my maths are right, these drivers should be coming in on about lap 68, 69, 70, depending on how much fuel they've been saving. But I'm guessing once the leader pits, everyone's going to pit all at the same time because they really want to be in that lead pack.
Oh yeah. You don't want to be that guy. Be left out there all by. I mean, if it's the last lap, of course you want to be the only one out there. But you don't want to be the only one that chooses not to come down when everybody else does, because then you'll be in the back all by yourself, kind of like Madigan was there for a couple laps. But now he's found himself some help. So hopefully these guys get back up, get him back up here to the front with. Ruben Phelps and Robert Yost.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty. It's going to be pretty interesting though to see because obviously we've seen it's been fairly clean heading into the pits every single time so far, but it's definitely going to become more and more antsy as they get in because each driver is going to be trying to fight for position on the entry of pit road, trying to break 1, 2, even 10 meters later, and everyone else trying to gain those positions to the entry pit lane. And you never know, maybe we might see some rear axles locking up and some drivers going for a spin, maybe some Casey Kane moment happening.
Yeah, you don't want to have a Casey Kane moment here. Or even we go down a list of drivers you don't want to be, especially at this track. Just the size of it and just one mistake that you make can cost your race.
And you definitely don't want to annoy another driver, and that other driver becomes Matt Kenseth at Martinsville.
Yeah, you don't want. Yeah, you don't want to upset a Matt Kenseth. you definitely don't want to be the Joey Logano out there on the racetrack either.
Yeah, nope, definitely not. But you can see, actually, these drivers, they're behaving now. I think they've realized the fact that, there's no use wrecking within sight of the finish because you got to get to the finish in order to finish. So, I think they're all kind of calming down a little bit and just trying to get towards that pit window, which should be coming up in about 5 laps.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. I'm keeping an eye out here on the second group of trucks here. Chase St. Clair, he's just a shade over 3.5 seconds behind that first pack of drivers. They're not really closing in a whole lot. They're really staying right around the same interval. So I don't know if these guys are all damaged up or what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. I think drivers like Joseph Madigan are just going to be hoping for a caution in this race. Something else, it is about the pack of Chase St. Clair, Ruben Phelps, and Joseph Madigan there. They're all kind of working together. Because you only have those top 4 of Kuntz, Honeycutt, Shu, and Jenks, who are really together. And after that, you got about a 4-second gap to St. Clair, who's in 5th. So the question is now, do these drivers at the front keep it clean, make sure that the guys behind can't catch, and then fight it out on the last lap? Or do they fight now, risk wrecking, but bank on them not being in any other wrecks, so they use the fast repair now and just go for it? The thing is that drivers like Brendan Jenks, I know that he should have 1 fast repair left. So if he needs to, he could, as a last possible resort, maybe dump someone if he wants a caution, and then even if he gets damaged, he still has that fast repair, and then whoever he dumps, if they don't have a fast repair, then that's them out of contention. So that's just one more driver down. So the question is, will we see any drivers doing that, or will they try and keep it clean?
I don't know. It's interesting, and you brought it up. 18 laps. These leaders just ran their 16th. They're on their 16th lap out here right now. So those pit stops are going to be coming up very, very quickly. And I'm looking at the interval here. They knocked it down a little bit between that first group and second group. Not a whole lot. It's down to 3.3 now, 3.2 as it just updated. So, does that second group come down with the leaders, only take fuel, and praying that the guys up front take 2 tires with fuel? That way they get back to being bunched up. Be interesting to see how this all plays out here for these guys.
I think the guys in the guys in the second pack are catching. They've caught about second in 3 laps here. So the question, they probably will be able to get back in draft range before I'd reckon towards lap 80, maybe lap 85 in this race with about 5 laps to go. So the question is, I'd say what they probably want to do, because the thing is that now we are going to have 20-ish laps, just over 20 laps to go before the end of the race. So the thing is that the best thing these drivers are going to be able to do is, as you said earlier,
there they come, all coming down. All of them are coming down pit road, even that second group.
No, but most drivers in the front group didn't. Only 2 drivers in the front group did.
Oh, well, that's more strategy coming into play here. Yeah, Honeycutt, Kuntz.
Will they take half a tank and split it? Because they have to pit at least one more time anyway.
And those are the only 2 lead lap cars that stayed out. The other 2 behind them are a lap down.
Yeah, Brendan Jenks. That was a splash and go. Yeah, that was a splash and go there from Brendan Jenks. He came into the pits. He was in 3rd with that front pack as well. So that was a splash and go from Jenks. He's going to be trying to push himself now. I don't think he's going to take tires in the final stop either. Because wow, that was a fast stop from the 3 crew anyway.
Yeah, and we just hit lap 70. And Honeycutt and Kuntz, they're still out here. They're on lap 19. So maybe they're pushing it to make it on one more pit stop.
Oh, Ryan Honeycutt just called out, pitting this time.
That'll
No matter what.
That'll put him at the checkered flag at this point right here. If there's no green, white checkers.
Yeah, so they should. Hold on, let's find out. So where is Ryan Honeycutt? So Ryan Honeycutt is boxing now on lap 70, going on to 71. So that means he's done what, 20 laps?
20 laps, and there's 19 to go. At the line. There'll be 19
yeah, that is going to be.
Yeah.
So now there's 20 laps to go. So he's just done 20 laps on these tires, and he has 20 laps to go.
Yeah, that, like I said, it'll be right at the checkered flag when these guys come.
So he is going to have to save big time. He's coming out of the pits as well with the 99.
And fuel only coming back out.
But where is the pack now? The pack is coming through the trioval.
They're crossing the stripe now. So yeah, these guys are going to be left in the dust.
I'm not too sure about that. You know what? I think, I think they might have timed that really well because they're out of the pit lane, and the drivers behind aren't anywhere to be seen.
No, they're all in the backstretch now. They'll catch them here going into 3. But yeah, maybe they did plan it out right because it looks like they got the 06 of Ruben Phelps right there behind them, and they're pretty much back up to speed now. As Kuntz just went on the inside of Honeycutt, and he's going for the lead. He's like, goodbye.
But the question is now, do I think Ryan Honeycutt, if he wants any hope of getting to the end of this race, he has to sit right at the back of this pack and just save fuel.
Oh, yeah. Well, him and Kuntz both of them. And I think that's what Kuntz is going to do. Just drop back here, get behind Honeycutt, and just drive.
Make sure. I mean, he should even get even further back in this pack than that. Because the thing is that I don't think you could extend to 20, even 22, 23 laps. Is where the 3 car and his little group hit. So you can't extend from there. But the question is, can Ryan Honeycutt do this? Because he's with the pack anyway. So if he chooses to pit, he can still pit at the same time and come out with these guys. So it's a win-win right now for Ryan Honeycutt.
Yeah,
if he's able to save enough fuel to stay out, then he should be good. Then he will have a good shot at winning this race.
I mean,
him and the 99.
He doesn't seem to be too worried about saving right now because he's back up in the lead. You got the who I know that isn't the right car. Bray Shoemaker out there he's leading this pack. Unfortunately, he is sitting 1 lap down.
Yeah, but I think the only option right now for the 59 car is to just, he has to save. I mean, he has to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why he's pushing right now, because the thing is, though, is that I don't know how long his stop was, but his stop, I think, was about, 10 or some seconds, 10, 12 seconds. So the question is that how long does it take to put in a full tank?
Oh.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Because a full tank right now, I mean, what would a full tank be? That's the question.
It's gonna be interesting.
This is gonna be very close.
I mean,
I'll try and do I'll try and do a wee bit of research here on these trucks and see what I can figure out.
Yeah, because 60% fuel. I know in the Cup cars that equals 11.2 gallons. I don't know if that's the same here in the trucks or if their tanks are a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see what exactly their how long that would take to fill up 11 point whatever or.
You see, because he's letting the 24 car go now. I mean, he wasn't going to fight that.
Yeah, I think I think he's tuning into us a little bit too much. He's starting to hear the strategy.
Ryan, if you can hear us, don't go for the lead. If you can hear.
And he's going for the lead. He's like, yeah, I'm done listening. But at the same time, you got these drivers behind him. They all want to lead too.
Sorry to interrupt you. The 3 car just came over the radio and asking, why are we slowing down so much?
Oh, yeah, I just saw 169. So they're all trying to save. Even the leader. They literally slowed down about 20 miles an hour to save fuel.
I mean, the 59 though just came back over the radio and said, and just came back as if he was Lewis Hamilton and said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know there was a minimum speed I had to travel."
Wow. It's getting frisky up in the iRacing chat. These guys, and I mean, we're not even at 20 to go yet. And these guys are going at it.
On this lap right now, these guys are averaging 260 kilometers an hour in the corners. If I go back to, say, lap 63, Ryan Honeycutt was doing 290 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, they
have turned down the pace.
Yeah, it's like they're pacing at a very high rate of speed, but still pacing. But the thing is, though, I don't know if it's enough to save the fuel.
Thing is that if you ask me, is that Ryan Honeycutt doesn't have to save as much as the others. So the thing which might be able to do is if Ryan Honeycutt can slow his truck down enough with the rest of the pack, then because the thing is, once he gets to that number that he has to save at, he can just go. I mean, he can bug off.
Yeah.
So, they are picking up the pace a little bit now. They're going about 200. Yeah, they're full on the gas now. 13 laps to go as you cross the line. This is going to be very interesting as we get towards the end of the race now.
Yeah, and I mean they're all 2 by 2 now, all the way from first all the way back to what is that 7th?
Yeah, this is. I'm actually very curious about how it's going to end because Ryan Honeycutt is now leading the inside lane. The 18 car of who is that in the 18 car? The 18 car is Bobby Anderson, who's a lap down, is leading the outside lane. So, but the thing is, the 99 car of Jordan Kuntz is down there in like 5th or 6th, but he's well back in the pack.
Yeah, he's on the outside, which I don't want to give it away because I know there's truck drivers tuning in right now. That's a good place to be where he's sitting at right now. And if he happens to be listening, he probably knows why. And we'll find out here in a few laps if I'm right on that.
Yeah, but certainly, as we're coming here, we're going to have 12 laps to go. As we are on 12 laps to go. So if you're enjoying this race, definitely stick around to the end. 12 laps to go. This is going to be an absolutely thrilling finale here to the first race.
Oh, who was that just got in the wall? Somebody just got 7.
That's the 9 car of Tevin Whitner.
Oh, man.
Car? Is it the 9 or the 7? I'm not sure.
That was the 9 car. Yeah.
9 car of Tevin Whitner.
Get back up here, and Jordan Kuntz, just like that, he's back up in the lead. I spoke of him, and there he goes.
Yep. I think Kuntz might think he's saved enough, and now he's going for it. Because I don't think that any other driver, except for the 959, can make it to the end right now. And even for those guys, it's going to be close.
Well, yeah, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, they would be coming to the checkered flag on fumes. So, yeah, that, a couple laps that they saved might have been very beneficial to them to make it all the way to the finish and still have some left in the tank to do a few burnouts after the checkered flag. So, we'll find out here.
They aren't going to have enough to do that because the thing is that in iRacing, the engine starts sputtering when they hit 0.2 laps of
Yeah.
fuel around.
Yeah, now we're under 10 to go, 9 laps to go here. Oh, man. And it's the Kuntz Honeycutt show right now.
Yeah, definitely. We have no idea who's going to be able to win this race because Kuntz has gone to the top side of the track. I'm not sure what's happening. The thing is, these drivers are slowing down again.
Yeah.
270 kilometers an hour. These drivers were doing over 290 earlier.
Yeah, I think they're doing the toying game with us again. Or maybe they thought they were good and found out real quick that they weren't good and slowed back down. So we'll see here. But I'm really impressed that it's come down to this. Strategy of everybody having to save to get to the finish.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
It's definitely going to be one of them. Vegas has your pick. What driver do you think is going to be able to save the field and make it to the finish? My guess is going to be none of them.
First, in this case, I'm gonna put. You know what? Friendly wager, Dennis. I will put $3 on them probably not being able to make it to the finish.
Well, I mean, even slowing down 20 miles an hour to what they were doing earlier, I don't see that being enough to save what they need.
Yeah. It's possible. I mean, it's certainly possible. All they need to save is about a lap or two of fuel.
Yeah, it is possible. I mean, they did start doing it early enough in the run, but then they sped up, and now they're back up to speed again. Now they're doing this back and forth thing. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them. There's a lot of unknowns, and it's leaving me kind of speechless right now, to be honest with you.
I'm still kind of wondering though, because the 59 car, he's moving up with the 12 and the 18, who, they're both laps cars. The 99 is kind of chilling with them, but it's making me kind of nervous, if I'm honest here.
Yeah, and I'm keeping an eye on Brendan there. He's back here. He's the second driver behind Brady Shue. They've both been out here 15 laps. And Jordan Kuntz and Honeycutt, they've been out here 13 laps. And, you were talking about earlier, that 18-lap run. That last run, they made it 19 going to 20 between Honeycutt and Kuntz. So, yeah, God.
It's going to be a tough one.
I will say I'm glad I'm not behind the wheel of these trucks right now because I would be having a heart attack. But it looks like Joshua Medlock's up there in the chat here with us this evening. Who's in the booth with you, Dennis Ansman?
Hi, my name is Thomas Fisher.
He can barely hear you, so I will turn that up a little bit. Try to get that corrected.
Yeah, well, hi, my name is Thomas Fisher. I'm typically a commentator for TMG, but I'm here now to host the eNascar Truck Series with Dennis. And that's who I am.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Joshua Medlock, he does the broadcast over at the eNascar Cup Series for Friday nights over there on Max Speed TV. Good buddy of mine, known him for just a bit over, going on a year now, so glad that I found him. Glad that he's able to put on what he puts on for the eNascar Cup Series, and with his little bit of assistance, I've been able to go ahead and get the eNascar Truck Series under my belt here. Give me a new experience, and I thank you again for coming on board as we're under 4.5 to go. They're starting to get real racy again up here in the front. I think the savings gone out the window as they're now over 185, 186 miles an hour now. So they're all back up to speed. It's go or go home now.
Yep. Thank you very much, Dennis, by the way, for allowing me to come on with you. This has been an absolute pleasure. We're here coming into the closing stages of this race here at Daytona. It's absolutely going to be smashing. Joshua, it's nice to meet you too, mate. But now I gotta concentrate on my job.
4 to go, and they're all single file.
This is going to be tight. And when I say like,
go ahead.
12 got shoved beneath the yellow line there. That was.
Yeah, I think Honeycutt said, yeah, it's time for you to go. You're a lap down. You got to go. It's time for us to take over.
You're on my way, mate. So bug off, big ears.
Joshua Medlock, come on, Coons. I want a Klondike bar. I know that saying. I do anything for a Klondike bar.
What is a Klondike bar?
Oh man, I might have to. Well, no, I can't ship you one. But no, you never heard the commercial. I'll do anything for a Klondike bar.
Man, I'm a British Canadian.
Oh, you gotta look it up on YouTube. You gotta look up Klondike bar commercials. You'll do anything for a Klondike bar, and that's what Medlock's trying to telepath to Kuntz over there.
Most certainly, mate. All right, so now we can see we're coming now. It's going to be 2 laps to go as we're getting to the line. You can see it's just the 59 and the 99. Big gap now, though, behind to Brady Shoe in that 24. Well, when I say big gap, and Brady Shoe's coming in.
Brady Shoe he couldn't save enough. It's unfortunate for him. His race is probably going to be done for, pending
as well as Chase St. Clair. Super unfortunate for him.
Yeah, pending a green-white checker, or all these guys running out of fuel as well. So it's man, who would have thought the first race would come down to a game of can I make it, can I not? As we're under 2 to go.
Yeah, you can see now, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a couple of the drivers now boxing this lap, trying to get a little bit more fuel in that car, maybe pick up some new tires as well. I can see Ryan Honeycutt right now. He's been leading for the last little while.
And here comes Jordan. He jumped on the outside. Is he going to get any help? It looks like
everyone's helping him.
Might have some help there by, is that Ruben? Yeah, Ruben Phelps there on the outside with him. 1 to go. Here we go. This is it. There is going to be no green-white checkered. You either make it or you don't. This is
the 59 car is yelling over the radio for people to push him, but nobody's wanting to push him. He's being left out.
He's got lap cars behind him. Jordan Kuntz takes over the lead, jumps down to the bottom, but now Ruben Phelps, he's a lap down. But Brendan Jinks is behind him. He's pushing the daylights out of Ruben there. I don't think Brendan's going to have what it takes there on the outside line. Not enough help there.
Yep. The 59 car, though, is absolutely pushing the daylights out of the 99.
Now
this is pretty incredible. It's coming now towards the trial final time. 59's on the outside, 99's on the inside. 59's going to get the nudge, and cross line is the 59 who wins it. That was a finish.
Wow, what a finish there. And the big one happens after the race. Wow.
The gap at the checkered flag. 24 thousandths of a second. That was a finish, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, what a show there. What an awesome finish by these guys. Unfortunate for Jordan, he just couldn't fight off Honeycutt long enough. But congrats to Ryan Honeycutt for grabbing his first win here at the eNascar Truck Series. Our first race of the eNascar Truck Series. So congratulations to Honeycutt. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to step away here real quick. Get the top 3 up here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back as we go to our splash screen. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Unfortunately, this evening we were only able to catch up to the winner of tonight's race, Ryan Honeycutt, and I do believe that we have managed to track him down in the middle of the front straightaway.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan. It's Thomas. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good other than my motor being blown up.
Well, that's super unfortunate. Not many donuts you're able to do tonight. But we saw right at the end of the race there, it seemed as if it was going to be a fuel-saving game. We saw you guys were going down to about 260 kilometers an hour in the corners compared to your 290 that you guys are usually pulling. What was your idea coming into that last pit stop? We saw you extended it about another extra 2 laps than you usually did. Did you think you were going to be able to get to the end? Did you know, or was it mainly going to be a guess?
Well, I got this racing overlay called CAPS, and it was telling me that if I could make it like 2 more laps, if I could save it. And I was just trying to make it to where I could have enough fuel to run qualifying pace, not race pace. And the moment I hit that, I started going. And then I got Jordan with me. He was on the same strategy as me. And I figured it was going to be between me and him because I didn't think anyone would be able to make it. And I just backed it off the corner coming off of 4 and got a big enough run, and I was able to sneak around them.
Yep. We saw you coming towards the checkered flag. You got a big bump from the 18 behind you, which definitely won you the race there. But do you think that if you were only in a drag race with that 99 car, you would have been able to beat him?
I probably would have if I would have backed it up sooner. Like, I didn't realize there was we were coming to the checkered until I came off of 4. So that's when I tapped the brake to try to get the run, and then I tapped it so hard that the 18 bumped me, and then that's what won me the race. So 18 hit me hard enough to win, so I got to thank him too.
Yep. Well, first race here in the NASCAR Truck Series. You are our first winner. What are your hopes for this series?
Well, I'm only allowed to race 10 of the 13 races since I drive in the Cup Series, so I'm always going to miss 3 of the races. But honestly, I'm just here to go win and have fun because I just want to have fun with the people who are going to come up into the league and just have a little bit of fun myself. Like, coming in at night, I was just anything for a win, and I was able to get it.
Yep, well, you certainly did that. We saw at the beginning of the race, you were sort of chilling. You were actually probably one of the most inconsistent drivers throughout the race. You were at the front, and you were at the back. You were at the front, back. You seem to be moving a bit all over the place, not really knowing what you wanted to do. You at the beginning of the race, especially, you were trying to make that outside line work, but you weren't quite able to do that. What were your thoughts?
Well, so I obviously got in that wreck, and I think it was like on lap 9, because I think Bryce pushed the pusher pretty much, and it just took me. That's part of racing on here, but pretty much I was just trying to break up Chromehorn. They had those 3 cars there, and if they got together, you really couldn't beat them. And so I tried to get Joseph up there. Unfortunately, he didn't get in Discord with me, so I was just kind of blindly helping him, but I was able to finally get him up there, and then eventually I threw a block. I don't know what happened, if Chase just hit the brakes or got ran over trying to let off for me or anything, but that broke them up. And then once they were broke up, they didn't have enough to save fuel, and just came down to me and Jordan.
Yep, well, super good performance tonight. You did really well. And I believe that will be it from us here at Daytona. Dennis, unless you have anything else to add.
I'm still speechless on the finish. I could have never imagined that kind of finish. What an awesome race by these guys here tonight. Way to set the bar for the Truck Series, right?
Yeah, I could hear y'all talking the whole time in my ear. I accidentally left the volume on, and so I was listening to what you say, and I was kind of using y'all for a gauge off of what to go for the strategy.
Well, yeah, it took me a while to realize what you were doing. Then I realized I had to stop talking about strategy because you're listening. So. But man, congratulations, man! Awesome job here this evening, grabbing a win here. The first ever Truck Series season, and you're the first winner of it. So congrats to you. That's bragging rights here moving forward for not only the season, but years beyond that as well. As you can say, I'm the first driver to ever win here. So congratulations, man, Honeycutt, and we'll. Definitely look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thanks for the broadcast. I'll see you guys later.
Alrighty. Alright, having some issues here with Discord. Want to full screen on me. But alrighty, let's go ahead and get down through the results here. We just talked to him. Ryan Honeycutt pulling out the victory here. Jordan Kuntz tried everything to hold off Honeycutt, just couldn't do it. But congrats to Jordan there, getting the second place finish. Brendan Jinks getting a top 3 here in that number 3. Finishing 4th is that 51 of Joseph Madigan. And the top 5, 24 of Brady Shue. 6th place, we got the 65 of Chase St. Clair. 7th is Bobby Anderson. 8th, we got Ruben Phelps. 9th, Robert Yost. 10th, Audie Ford. 11th, we got Tenver Whitner.
Tevin.
Tevin. Yeah, Tevin. See, I do it too. See, you're not the only one. 12th, we got the Bryce Shoemaker. 13th, Matthew Gradell. 18th, Kim Janner. And rounding out the field here this evening, in 15th is Todd Cookwood.
Yeah.
Man, you got any? I have no final thoughts because I'm still in shock. You got any final thoughts?
I mean, I was just gonna say, that leaves the bar very high for next week at Auto Club. We're going there for 80 laps. That ought to be a good one. But after that spectacular race, we're gonna have to leave it there for tonight. So this has been the first race of the eNascar Truck Series. This is myself, Thomas Fisher, and Dennis Ansman signing out. Have a good one, everyone. I have back cramp.